With over 10 million views in 10 days since being published, my climbing up a tree to spawn camp the enemy gameplay has caught a lot of attention. And one of the most common questions I've received is, what is it I'm using to take out the enemy players so silently? So let's take a closer look at what is essentially a Frankenstein VSR build that I've been using in various forms for over a decade, and the same sidearm that has been my go-to since I first started ghillie sniping all those years ago. Initially, this started out as a Tokyo Marui VSR, but literally every component has been changed and upgraded over the years. Starting at the back, we have a lightweight folding stock made by Maple Leaf. The trigger is a Springer Custom, one of the early versions. It's got a lovely feel to it and works perfectly with the latest Sniper Mechanics Wasp piston that I have inside, that if I remember correctly is an Action Army Teflon cylinder. At the front of the cylinder I have an Action Army nozzle. Onto what is probably the most important part of the system, the hop chamber. I have an old Action Army chamber. It's simple but effective, which holds a Sniper Mechanics Flamingo bucking, and to ensure I have the perfect pressure applied to it, I'm using an old Smithy TDC wheel. I can't remember what the outer barrel is, but it leads to a generic banana with Scotch-Brite discs inside it to ensure as much of the sound coming out of the barrel is contained. The inner barrel I have used for many years is the Maple Leaf Crazy Jet. Now, whether or not this Crazy Jet technology actually does anything for accuracy, I don't know. But I do know that this is a good barrel and it works great at a really good price point. The scope I use is a Vortex. I can't remember which one it is. It's possibly a 2-6. And if you want more information about how I ghillied this bolt action up, I have a video about it on my main YouTube channel. Now, my sidearm is the trusty Tokyo Marui MK23. I have a few upgrades on here, including the Hadron mag savior, which prevents mags falling out when the mag release is knocked on the standard version. The secret to the accuracy and range comes from the Hadron TDC dust cover, which puts perfect pressure onto the nub and rubber inside the hop chamber. I use a Maple Leaf Autobot rubber, which I found to be quieter than the Sniper Mechanics Flamingo in the MK23, but don't ask me why. I use a Maple Leaf Crazy Jet barrel, the same as in my VSR, and I've got the Sniper Mechanics Hex Banana on the front of it, which works really nicely, especially with the fart flap I've stuck on it. Now the fart flap opens up when there's a blast of air from the BB, so the BB flies through it, but it closes up again afterwards, which helps contain the sound of the shot. The mags are fitted with Hadron hot lips for a silky smooth feed. And that's the setup I used when I was spawn camping the enemy team from up in those trees. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Is that kicking Mustang?